Why Russia and China abstained from the UN's full support for Trump's 20-point plan for Gaza. At first glance, people thought Moscow and Beijing would shut the whole thing down with a veto. After all, it's a US-backed plan, pushed aggressively by Washington and championed by Donald Trump himself. But instead of blocking it, Russia and China simply stepped aside and let the resolution pass. Raising one big question. Why? To understand this, you need to know what the world just watched at the UN. The Security Council endorsed Trump's 20-point peace plan, a plan that creates an international stabilization force in Gaza, a transitional governing body called the Board of Peace, and a roadmap that could shape Gaza's future for years. 13 nations voted yes. No one voted no. And only two global giants quietly refused to support it: Russia and China. But here's the twist. They didn't oppose the plan, they opposed how the US structured it. Both countries said the same thing in different words. Washington is giving itself too much power. This Board of Peace that will govern Gaza during the transition, the US practically handpicked the framework. The stabilization force that will be deployed? Still unclear how much of it will be under UN control versus American control. For Russia and China, this was not a peace plan. It looked more like a US management contract for Gaza. Moscow's ambassador was blunt, saying the entire plan lacked clear modalities. That's diplomatic language for, you didn't tell us who is in charge, how long they stay, or what authority they have. China echoed the same frustration, warning that the UN itself could be sidelined while Washington becomes the main architect of Gaza's political future. In other words, they didn't veto because they don't want to be blamed for blocking peace, but they refuse to endorse because they don't want the US turning Gaza into a geopolitical trophy. At the same time, both powers understand the global mood. The world is exhausted. The region is exhausted. Even Arab and Muslim nations are prioritizing stabilization, rebuilding, and aid flow over endless diplomatic battles. So China and Russia chose a middle path. Don't support it. Don't block it. Just let it happen while keeping distance. That way, if the plan succeeds, they can say they didn't stand in the way. And if it collapses, they can say, we warned you. So why did Russia and China abstain? Simple. They didn't want to legitimize a plan they see as too American-driven, too vague, and too light on UN authority. But they also didn't want to be the villains holding up peace. This was strategic abstention,